Alright, people. Welcome to the coffee shop. On tonight, open mic night. Not much of a crowd here tonight. As a matter of fact, no crowd at all. Our first performer is well known among his friends and family, anyway. Welcome to the stage, creator of Conscience and Schmonscience, Nathan Hyatt. Hey, ghosts. Nobody here right now. I've always found it easier to perform in front of a full house, but I'll do my best anyway. This is called Fire in a Crowded Theater. It is improv night in a crowded theater, and everyone gets a turn to improvise. And most people do not know what they are doing. They do not know how to act, and they do not know how to improvise. It is not a movie. It is reality. The people on stage are real. It is not television. No one may turn off the tube and go to bed and wake up to a new day. Not yet. It is improvised. It is supposed to be entertaining because anything can happen. And then something does happen. Someone says there is a fire. And someone else says you can't say fire in a crowded theater. Someone jokes that this is not really a crowded theater, but there actually is a fire. And people are still trying to take turns improvising because, after all, they came to be entertained and they want to get their money's worth. But the fire is getting bigger, and the whole thing is taking days. Firefighters, who happen to be in attendance, begin helping to fight the fire. But people are still not taking it seriously. After all, who ever heard of an actual fire in an actual theater? People are lighting up cigarettes and cigars, which doesn't seem to be helping. People are drinking beers they brought with them or bought at the bar, and the fire is getting bigger. And the firefighters are trying to tell people that they need to try to find a way to start getting everyone out of the theater. And the firefighters are saying that people are going to die. There is a line for the restrooms. Some people are still doing improv routines. People are laughing and yelling suggestions about what scenes to improvise and act out. But they are kicked off the stage when it becomes apparent that some people have died from inhaling smoke. Their bodies are placed on the stage because that seems like the ideal place to put them. People returning from trips to the bar and the restroom are surprised to see what is unfolding. They had not expected these developments. Even the seasoned firefighters are beginning to panic. Some of them collapse from exhaustion after days in this surreal theater, fighting this fire that does not behave as the fires they are used to. Some people are pulling out their laptops and trying to get some work done. After all, the show that they were supposed to see is over, and they do not have time to watch the drama that has unfolded. They might as well get some work done. They do not want to get in the way of the important work done by the people who know how to handle what is turning into a bigger and bigger emergency. People begin asking if someone has managed to find a way to open the exits. More of the people who had until this point seemed relaxed and unfazed are starting to get concerned. There are those who are convinced that this is all part of the show. Children are asking the questions only children can come up with. Someone is fighting to get an exit door open. People are starting to freak out. Someone wants to know why the sprinklers aren't running. They ought to run, shouldn't they? Some family is asking about a refund for their tickets. A wave of true panic is washing over the crowd. Bodies are piling up on the stage. And then it happens. A still, small, and aged voice begins praying in a strange language, causing people to look at each other quizzically, as they realize it is a language they do not understand. It is far from clear what is being said, but one thing is certain. It is a prayer for those who are fighting the fire. It is also a prayer for wisdom about what to do. It is a prayer for an answer as to how to get those who can escape safely out of the doomed theater. It is a prayer to God Almighty. Most close their eyes as the prayer continues. Many open one eye, not wanting to miss something important. Even those who do not believe in any God remain silent out of respect. The only sounds that can be heard are the prayer, the sobbing of those breaking down emotionally, the quietly eerie breathing of the flames as they consume the oxygen in the room, and the crackling of the fuel they burn, and the work of the firefighters and their instructions to each other. All are in one accord, in solidarity with the one who prays. And then the prayer stops as suddenly as it started. The one who uttered it looks up and around, confused and bewildered. The firefighters are still waging their battle. Many have died during the prayer, and their bodies litter the stage. The flames are fanned by the air that enters the hall as someone forces a door open. If all are careful and meticulous, most will be able to slowly exit single file through what seems like a tiny opening for so many. People take turns offering to let each other go first, yet waste no time in deciding. No one knows how much danger the children may or may not be in. At any event, they are encouraged to head to the front of the line. No one questions this action. The line emerges into a dark alley where a light rain falls. It is impossible to go back and save those whose fate is sealed. Many of them heroes. Too many of them to truly count. Not all died in the fire itself. Not all were overcome by the smoke. As it becomes clear that all who are able to exit have exited, someone begins to laugh. A cathartic release of gratitude to heaven. People rush to ask each other if they are all right. The survivors make an effort to inquire concerning the whereabouts of the lost. Many are reunited. Many cannot be. People are relieved and overwhelmed and taken over with mixed emotions. The one who spoke to God in everyone's time of need closes her eyes and lifts her hands toward the heavens in a shouted prayer of thanks. The crowd shows thanks in its own way. Many hug and pray more prayers, together holding hands. Some even kiss. All take turns looking up into the night rain, letting it wash over their faces, and wonder at the irony that so many lives were saved because someone had the courage to say fire in a crowded theater.